have something in common. It may not be good looks. You may not be as smart as me, or as well dressed as me, but we have something in common. God gave us all 24 hours in a day. That's the consistent, the evener between all of us. He gave us something else as well. Limits. You and I are governed and guided by our own perceived limitations. And that's what I want to talk about a little this morning. When I was 21, I did a trip around the world. I landed in Sydney, Australia, after 3 months in Asia. When I left Canada, I'd left behind a girlfriend that I was really in love with. And when I arrived in Sydney and discovered that she was with somebody else, I was devastated. My heart felt like a stone. I remember riding very distinctly in a bus over the Sydney Harbour Bridge to get to work that day. And all I could hear was this voice creeping up on me. Like a little whisper, but it grew. It was like a gremlin. It said, "Hey Reid, you're not good enough for her. You suck. You're not tall enough. She likes that other guy better." It's a little devil on my shoulder. And he was a loquacious little bastard. He went on and on and on for weeks, to the point where I couldn't concentrate. I couldn't do my job well. I heard his voice in everything I did and everywhere I went. But fortunately, I'd had a temp job stuffing envelopes, exciting work, at a little agency that does HR work, and they had a library of self-help books. I picked up a book by Tony Robbins, Awaken the Giant Within. And Tony taught me that my mind is mine to control. That loquacious little bastard was not going to run my mind. It was my job to take control of my thoughts and push what I heard in my ear out of my mind. And it wasn't easy. Every day I needed to concentrate on what I was thinking about. We need, as people, to look at our limitations and exceed them. That is God's challenge to us. My limitation at that time was focus. I didn't understand that my mind was my own. It wasn't something to allow your concentration to run around willy-nilly. That was a big day for me, and there have been many similar days. Big realizations. And one of them happened on Monday. I'm a little nervous to tell you about this because it's embarrassing, but I let my limitations run away with me again on Monday. I couldn't see anything good about Reid. In fact, it brought me to tears. I couldn't think of anything I was good at. I ignored the fact that people loved me. I ignored the fact that I had a wife and good friends, a safe place to come every Thursday. All I saw were my limitations. In The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey explains to us that we have a circle of influence and a circle of control. We need to expand our circle of influence, but all I could see were my limits. Sometimes your limits feel like the stone covering Jesus' grave. It's so big and heavy, you can't lift it alone. And that's why you need to call on your friends and your family to lift you up, to remind you how good you are, how strong you are. Your limitations really are this big, and sometimes we blow them out of proportion. So that's my challenge to you this morning, is to recognize your limitations and work every day to exceed them, because you'll be a happier, better person for it. And you'll impact the lives of others by sharing these words. I wish you the best in your week. I thank you for your time.
That was a good speech, Ray. I like it. I like about Tony Robbins. Good stuff. Evaluators 2